the next billion phones that will be sold between now and 2010, 80% of them will be sold in the developing world. The demand for the information technology is so high. There are new paradigms being invented all the time that are so different from the way products have been distributed in the West. The technology, once in a country, is being distributed by the people there who want it so badly. Grameenphone is a cell phone company in Bangladesh that is an offshoot of Grameen Bank, the bank that just won the Nobel Peace Prize for eradicating poverty, that does microloans to primarily poor village women in Bangladesh. Iqbal Qadir is a Bangladeshi American who left Bangladesh when he was a teenager to study in the United States. He went back to Bangladesh and approached Muhammad Yunus, who won the Nobel Peace Prize. Yunus did say to Qadir, "If you can find a way to make cell phones affordable to villagers, then I'll support the plan." And so Qadir thought long and hard about that, and he tried to make the connection between credit, microcredit, which Grameen Bank was doing, and communications. So he went back to Yunus and said, if you're lending money to women to buy a cow, and then they sell the milk to pay back the loan, why can't you lend money to people to buy a cell phone? Why can't the cell phone be a cow? There are now 350,000 so-called phone ladies in 70,000 villages, which means there are multiple phone ladies per village, so there's competition, which of course is driving the price down and creating more business and revenues for Grameenphone. So this has created what I call a kind of inclusive capitalism, whereby the phone company is creating wealth and profits, which at the same time is opening up income opportunities for people at the grassroots level. Someone at the World Resources Institute said recently that the cell phone revolution in the poor countries of the world in the last 5 years, the number of phones sold has done more to aid economic development than all the development projects put together. The mobile banking phenomenon started in the Philippines with prepaid cards. Once you have money in your phone, you have value in your phone, and it becomes your wallet. Now it's much safer to store money in your phone than to store it in your house or to carry it around. It's much safer to send it from the city to the village by texting it than it is to take a 2-day trip. You know, it's one reason why I find this to be a very hopeful, positive story, because I can see already just the ways, the pressure that this private investment and this uptake at the grassroots level is putting on governments to reform their regulations and policies. So even though governments have been a hindrance historically and will continue to be a nuisance, I think that basically there's nothing they can do now to stop this surge of growth. There's a decline in foreign aid and there's a decline in development money. And at the same time, they're seeing that private enterprise actually may be a more effective way of handling economic development. It's often hard for Americans who have grown up with phones, and often multiple phones, to understand the impact that a cell phone could have in a poor country. They've just never had the resources in terms of communications or electricity or education or anything. And when given the resources, I think we're seeing now that the economic growth rates are just exploding.